Realtors, if you've ever stared at your Lofty website and wondered, how do I actually make this thing look and work the way I want? Then this video is going to be for you. Right now, I'm breaking down the website overview in Lofty. We're going to go through how to pick the right template from the start and why you want to do this before you make any edits. We're going to go through connecting your domain, syncing your MLS, and navigating the actual editor so your site isn't just live, but actually working for your business. I'll show you exactly where to click and what each section does and the real world stuff that matters for real estate, not just pretty design. So if you want your Lofty site to do more than sit there and collect dust, then you're in the right place. I'm Adam, a realtor turned AI coach, guiding you click by click through style settings, navigation folders, and the hidden pages drawer so you don't sabotage your own site. This is going to be a series of videos, and this is your first crash course introductory to Lofty websites. All right, guys, so here we are on the Lofty CMS overview for your website. So how you get there is once you're on your regular Lofty site here, you click website, it'll open up a new tab here, which will take you to your internet side of Lofty. And then you're going to see at the top here, we've got overview, editor, listings, blog, areas, widgets, SEO, and settings. So what I'm going to do in this video series is I'm going to go through each one of these tabs, show you guys exactly how to set up your Lofty website properly the first time. So the first thing is if you guys are just getting in to set your website up, you're probably going to see a screen like this, and it's going to have you go through a series of steps, which is where you basically choose your website template, select the domain that you want to use, and connect your MLS. These are the three most important steps, and they do take the longest. So let's just jump right into that. So when we're choosing our website template, you can choose it straight from here, but since I already chose one, I'll show you guys how to change that or how to add a template into your website. So if you guys come down here and you click on style, it's going to open up this menu on the left hand side. If you see over here at the top, you've got a couple of tabs here. If you click template, it's going to show you all of the Lofty templates. Now they've got quite a few on here, so you can choose what color and style matches most for your brand, because what's going to happen is once we choose the template, we're going to go in and change all the text, we're going to change the images, but what we're looking for is just the overall look of the website, right? So you can see here, they've got like our featured listings up here. It's got this certain vibe to it. So once you find a template that's got a vibe that you like, you can just go ahead and select that, and it will go ahead and import this template into your website, and then we will be ready to edit that. So like I said, I've already chosen a template here. I think the template that I chose is this prime nest here, but I'll show you guys just how we can switch that up. Now, full disclosure, if you've already started editing your website and you go in and change to a new template, it's basically going to wipe everything that you did and bring that new template in. So you want to decide on a template sooner than later, and once you've committed to that, just pretty much roll with it, although you can restart it if you want to at any time. So if I went ahead and just clicked apply this Sundara here, this is my favorite template on Lofty. I actually use it on my regular website here. So what I can do is I got to publish my changes before I can actually apply this. And now once I apply it, it's going to switch it. And you're going to see what's going to happen here. It's going to go through a load screen, and then it's going to go ahead and apply that new template to our website. Need to get my gamma rays on here so that way I can block that blue light. So you're going to see here that it went ahead and it did apply that new template for us. And like I said, it's basically blanked out now. So we just have to fix everything or edit everything to where it's more branded towards us. You will see this nice little message over here that says that, hey, your MLS isn't hooked up. So it's still pending approval. If you guys see that, this will be in the next step here. So let's just go ahead and go through the template and see what it is that we can edit before we go to the next steps here. So you'll see here you've got a logo, you've got your navigation menu here. What it's going to do is pop open this little menu on the left hand side, and this is pretty much the theme of how to edit inside of Lofty. So pretty much any page that you choose, or if you scroll down through here, you're going to notice that these blocks actually highlight and give us the option to click our edit. So if we come over here to what's called our hero section, which this is the main section of our website here on the home page, I click this little edit button and it brings me over here to where I can change the desktop image, the mobile image, the background overlay, the background size, and all of that good stuff. And one of the cool things with Lofty is you can now add a slideshow or even a video to the background here. So I'll show you guys how to do that in a bit, but I just want to overview what we can do in here for now. And then in the next video, we'll dive down into the actual editing. So next is the hero section here, and this is where you're going to add the actual text. Now, once we're doing this for SEO optimization, we're going to need to have a keyword inside of our header. So when I show you guys on the next video how to actually edit this, I'll go through all the important things on here that we need to have set up for proper SEO. But this is where you can change it to anything that you want. You can change its position to an extent. Typically, you can make it either centered, you can make it go to the right, or you can make it go to the left. But we can't like drag and drop and move it around the website. So you got to just kind of figure out what you want to put there. Like I said, we're going to want to have a keyword in there. So that way Google knows how to index our website properly and we can actually be found. So next thing here is the subheading. You can obviously put your tagline there, and you can once again control the alignment there. And you can also change the style. So Lofty did just create animation for us, which will actually animate some of these pages. I don't have it turned on this specific one here, but I'll show you guys that as we go a little bit further. And that's that hero tab there. So once again, as we're going through this, you can see that when I hover my mouse over here, it changes these blocks, right? So we can add or remove blocks right here. If I wanted to say, like I wanted to put my reviews right below here and I didn't have my reviews set, I would just go ahead and click add block. You can come down here and you can see all the different blocks that Lofty has available for us. So we've got the company intro, agent, contact, reviews, logo wall, vendor, featured area, groups. We've got media, content, calls to actions, listings, search bars, quick search, market snapshots, like you name it, guys. This website is tailored towards the real estate experience, and it's so much prettier than our MLS and Zillow and Realtor.com that it's really easy to get clients to want to search on our website. So let's say we wanted to add reviews. You can click on reviews and it shows us all these different styles of reviews that we can use, right? So you pick a style that you want the most, you can click on that and there it goes. Now you're going to notice it says no data, and that's because we haven't told Lofty where to pull our reviews from yet. So you can come down here and you can scroll and actually see where your review source comes from. And in Lofty, you can choose Google, Zillow, or Rate My Agent. I don't have any of these connected right now because I'm on a demo account, but you could easily select each one of these and your reviews will automatically pop up here, which is really cool because we don't need to go up and add new reviews. It'll automatically refresh itself and keep it updated, making your site look like it's constantly being updated. So like I said, we can absolutely control what everybody sees when they come to our home site. Now, full disclosure on that, a lot of people spend a lot of time on that home page where actually if we're using this right, most people are going to land inside the buy and sell section there, which is just going to be our listings. So if you're not getting your home page looking perfect right out the gate, don't worry about it. That at first with Lofty, it's about functionality versus it being pretty. We can always make it pretty later, but we want it to be functional so our clients can get on there and start searching through the MLS on our website and using our apps. So with that being said, you can see we've got quite a few options here. And in that template there, it sets you up with those sections for the template. So if I come over here and I click on this, this is going to be our logo wall, right? Now you're probably wondering, well, what's a logo wall? Well, it's something that we can put in there of all the different logos, like, fair housing, equal opportunity, NAR, all of that good stuff we can put on there to let them know that, hey, we are part of the big picture here, and we've got a NAR membership and all that good stuff. Now, if you are ever wanting to move a block back and forth, what you can do is you can come over here and you can just click these arrows and you'll see it'll just move that block up or down. So we can control the layout of our website pretty easily here. All right. So next to that is going to be our pages menu here. So if you actually click this page and you jump over here to the left-hand menu, it's going to show the overall like linear view layout of your website. So you can see we have displayed navigation. Now that's everything that's going to be displayed up here. So as you can see, we've got our home page, we've got our buy, which is going to be a folder. So if somebody clicks on the buy, it's going to give us a drop down menu to show them all listings, featured listings, and sold listings. Same thing with sell. If they click on sell, it's going to show them where they can sell their home or they can get a quick home evaluation. Areas is not showing up in my my navigation menu yet because it's not set up, but we can actually put up neighborhoods or areas in there where somebody can click on that and you can see your featured areas. So once again, in another video, when we go into the editing side of this website, I'll show you guys how to add featured areas and how to set all that up and add your photos to it to where it looks custom for your area. So if you guys ever wanted to set up like a folder, like let's say we were doing the areas with multiple folders in it, what you can do is you can just click this add a page. We can come down here, click featured area, choose which one that we want to use. We can select that. Like, let's say you just want to choose an area in your town. Okay, scratch that. Because I don't have my MLS hooked up yet, it's not going to let me add a new area. So I'll show you guys the featured areas on my actual website here on the next video. But we can add pages inside of these folders is what I was trying to explain there. And then you can even drag pages in and out, right? So if you're like, hey, I don't want my team being in the about section, I want to drop it outside of there, you can do that. And now you'll see my team actually shows up as a part of the navigation menu up on top here. And if you ever want to bring that back in there, you just go ahead and drop it back in, and now it goes back in the about section. So it's pretty cool the way that we can segment the navigation menu to house a lot more stuff. So it's not just got a whole bunch of different selections at the top, which can create confusion when leads are just wanting to get on there and search for homes. So we try to simplify that by creating some folders there. Down here, we have the hidden navigation menu. So this is all stuff that I can build out, but because it's in hidden navigation, you're not going to see it in the nav bar. So this is a good place to go in there and edit some of the stuff that you want to do on your website and work on that in the background without having to publish it onto your website right away. So if you were to click calculator, for example, and we bring it up here, just one notch, you're going to see my calculator now shows up in the nav menu, and we can actually edit that calculator, and we can change the name of the page. We can add some additional SEO to it, which is going to be extremely powerful. I'm going to have one video just on SEO because it's such a complicated process. Well, I shouldn't say complicated. It's just a very nuanced process that we need to go through to make sure that our search engine optimization is set up properly. So that way Google and Yahoo and all the other internet peeps out there can know where to index our website. So it's easy to find when people are searching for homes in our neighborhood. So that is pretty much the rundown of how the pages are set up and how you navigate through them. Once again, you can come over here and you can change your style as well. So we selected a template earlier, but now we can go change the theme of that. So we can choose our tile size here. If you want to make the tile size bigger, which is this block here, right? You can choose to do that. You can make it smaller if you want. You can change the text color on the tertiary. I don't know what that is. You'll have to forgive me. I'm not a graphics designer by any mean or a website developer. And then you can also change your button color here. So you'll want to go through here and choose your brand colors. If you haven't branded yourself yet, I have a GPT that I'm going to be releasing that'll help you guys brand yourself very easily, very quickly. So that way you can be consistent across all areas of the internet with your brand. Next is going to be the font. So you can actually change the font to pretty much anything that you want. Lofty does have quite a bit of options for us to choose in fonts. So there's really no shortage there. You can also upload your own font. So if you're already branded and you use a specific font, you can just upload that font file straight into Lofty and keep your brand consistent, which is absolutely huge because a lot of the CRMs out there that let you edit the website don't let you upload your own fonts or your own branding. So it can make it hard to keep that branding consistent across all the platforms. All right. And then finally over here, we've got our SEO where you can go ahead and look at what the SEO is here. And you can actually add your SEO keywords, right? And it can even audit our SEO for us as well. But since I don't have anything set up on this account yet, it's not going to do an audit for me, but you can literally just add your keywords. You can add variables in there and then bam, you've got some SEO. One of the really cool things about Lofty is that they actually have a section on SEO. So if I were to go over here to the SEO, you can see it's gonna actually walk me through an SEO optimization checklist to make sure we get maximum success, which is once again another awesome feature of Lofty because they want us to be found. They want us to be successful. They've taken it so much farther than just being here's a basic website that people can search homes on. They actually want us to be found. They actually want people on our website, which is what makes this system so powerful right now. And then finally, we can go here into our settings. And our settings are basically where we can change our domain name. So that's going to be the next step. So if we go back to our overview tab here, we've already selected our template, right? We've got the editing started on our website. The next is going to be to select a domain that we want to use. So you can use your own domain. And you can purchase a new domain straight through Lofty if you want. If you've already got your own domain, you'll want to go ahead and just click next, and then it's going to tell you to type in your domain. So you could type in whatever your domain is, and then it's going to take you through step-by-step instructions on how to transfer that domain name and point it towards the Lofty website. If you use like a domain provider like GoDaddy or something like that, they actually have an automatic function that'll try to connect everything for you. You just have to log into the Lofty, you go through the steps, it'll have you log into your GoDaddy account, and then it'll change all the DNS settings for you and point that to your website. Now, full disclosure, in certain areas, you have to have the MLS's permission to change the domain. So even though you go through the process to set your DNS up, you may get a message from Lofty saying, hey, in order to configure this domain to a new website name, we need to get permission from the MLS. So they're going to send a document to the MLS. The MLS will approve it, and then your new domain will go live. So to connect your MLS, they're going to give you a step-by-step setup on exactly how to do it. This part is super important, and I already have another video on my full overview of Lofty for 2025. I show you guys how to connect the MLS. It's a step-by-step process, but you don't want to be in a hurry when you do that because a lot of people actually mess up by going too fast, and they don't realize that they either have to go to a website to start the application process with their MLS, or they have to notify their MLS. So super important. You're going to see a pop-up come up with some fine print at the bottom. Always read that fine print because otherwise you can get stuck in limbo. I've had clients that have had their IDX waiting to be connected for 60 days, all to find out that they didn't start the application process, and then they have to start that over again. And the last thing I want you guys to do is waste any time on this, because this is key to getting set up inside of Lofty and having a functional website with your domain, with your MLS connected, so we can actually work the back end of this CRM properly. So once again, we have these tabs up here at the top. So you've got the overview here. Here's back into our editor page. You can come over here and add your listings as well. So if you jump over here, it's going to take you to the listings. And obviously I'm on the Lofty virtual MLS because I'm basically using a demo account for these videos. So that way I don't show anybody's personal information. YouTube hates that. So we're going to try to minimize those strikes that can come off of that. But here's where you would basically see all of the listings there. You can tie those to. Another really cool thing about Lofty is that your listings will always show up first on your featured listings, followed by your office listings, followed by the rest of the MLS. So it's pretty cool. Even if you don't have any listings, it makes it look like you have a lot of listings, which is always a good thing. You can also filter out how your MLS is integrated in there. And you can also have settings, and this is probably different for the Canadian Lofty users here, because I know some of the data is not available publicly, but Lofty here in the US can give us school data, listing info, location search bar, listing tags, open houses. It even gives us demographic information. So once again, no shortage of awesome information that we can put inside of our website. The next tab over is the blog. And this part is really, really important for SEO, guys. We want to be making blogs as much as possible, at least one a day. And we want those to be SEO heavy. So that way they go onto our website and it's just another page for Google to index for these searches and this SEO. So it's easier for people to find us online. Blogs are an unsung hero of real estate. And if you haven't done them, you're going to want to do them now. And one of the best parts is that in Apex Elite AI, we've got a custom GPT that'll create these blogs for you in your style and in your speech patterns. So it does not look AI generated. It looks 100% human, like it came from you, which is huge because once again, a lot of these providers like Google are going to be looking out for AI generated content, and they will suppress that content from getting out there. And that's the last thing that we would ever want as our website goes live. The next tab over here is going to be the areas. So we can actually create our featured areas. Once again, I'm going to show you guys this in detail in another video. This is going to be a series of videos because there's so much to the Lofty website that I just can't squeeze it all in one and not bore you to death. So we'll go into featured areas on another video. And by the end of the series, you will have built out your entire website. The next tab over is our widgets. So Lofty's always adding external widgets to the platform here that we can use, but you can see most of it's featured listings and featured areas, but this is basically like a block right here inside your Lofty website. We already went through the SEO and the settings tab. So this is the basic overview of the website side of Lofty. Once again, if you're brand new to Lofty on here, you want to make sure you go through these steps first and foremost to get all of those processes started. And why we're waiting on the MLS to be connected and why we're waiting on the MLS to approve our domain change, we can come in here and we can edit that website to our heart's desires. So guys, this is just a quick overview of the website side of things. I'm going to drop some other videos to get into the actual editing, and we will build a website together. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. And we're looking pretty good, guys. So that in a nutshell is the overview of the website side of Lofty. All right, guys, that was your crash course on the Lofty website editing functions. Here's what you should do next. Pick your template and lock it in before you start customizing. Get your domain connected and start the MLS IDX connection process ASAP. Dive into editing your homepage, navigation, and adding reviews, and focus on making it functional first, then fancy later. And if you want help automating your blog post, dialing in your SEO, or just want the shortcut to make Lofty actually bring in leads, not headaches, check out Apex Elite AI. This is my private community where I coach realtors like you. We share custom GPTs for content and host weekly masterminds to make sure you're always ahead of the curve. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you want me to dive deeper into any specific Lofty features, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.